Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Joker. Welcome back to another Destiny 2 build video. So I got a lot of good feedback on the first one that I did. So this is gonna be something that we're gonna be going forward doing. I really do appreciate that. Thanks for all the support and everything, with those views and everything like that. Let's try to hit 1,000 views on that video if possible, but if not, no big deal. But yeah, we have another build today. Today's gonna be my PvP build for my Void Hunter. So we're gonna be using the Nightstalker class, subclass, and it's really crazy because there's so much healing and stuff like that, which is always really good. And I'm gonna basically break down everything that I'm doing with this build and why I find it so good and viable. So as you see, we focus the build around the Wormhusk Crown. Wormhusk Crown, it's a really, I don't think it's slept on because a lot of people do use it, but it's a really good exotic. Basically it has the Burning Souls perk where dodging gives a small health and shield bump. That's actually really good because there's so many situations where you'll use your hunter dodge, but then you'll die shortly after, you know. I think this gives you more survivability when it comes to your dodges and stuff like that. We'll break down the build basically, and we're gonna first look at the aspects and everything like that. So let's go. And for our abilities, we have the Gambler's Dodge. This I prefer just because with Gambler's Dodge, you get your melee ability back when you dodge near an enemy. So when you're dodging near someone in the Crucible, you actually get your melee back. And I actually do use if you saw my Strand build, I don't really use the melee ability a whole lot, but the melee ability in the Nightstalker subclass is super important because as you see here, that's the Snare Bomb, and I'll explain why in a second. So for our jump, entirely up to preference, like I said, you know, I personally use Strafe Jump because you get that strong momentum control and everything like that. So every PvP build, I'm always gonna have Strafe Jump personally. Then for Snare Bomb, that's our Void melee ability. Snare Bomb's really cool. There's a little cool little fun fact for those that might not know. A lot of veteran players might already know this, but I'll explain the ability first. So when you throw a smoke bomb, it attaches to surfaces and pings the enemy radar. It weakens targets on detonation. So the really cool thing about that is you can literally trick people. So you can go invis with your hunter dodge, or sorry, you throw your snare bomb first, right? The enemy team, they now think you're over there. Then you go invis from a different angle and you just pop them off. It's so good. It's super consistent. Works all the time. So snare bomb, you know, there's no other choice. So use it, but it's really good. For the grenade, it might be honestly down to preference. I usually use the vortex grenade because it's pretty good at locking down rooms and stuff like that. So what I usually do with my vortex grenade is I'll let's say if I know there's two different angles, right? I'll throw the grenade at one angle because they're not gonna run through the grenade. So you're kind of forcing them to take another route. It's good for shotgunners or fusion rifle users, stuff like that. So you can lock that off and then you know, come back, kill them with that. Now we're going to be looking at the aspects. So for the aspects, we're using Vanishing Step. That's just obvious, man. It gives you 2 fragment slots and it makes you invis on dodge. Nothing else to be said there. You know, cooldown time's 29 seconds at base. If you run max mobility, it's even faster. I think with this build, I might be running 90. I'll double check that. Then we run Trapper's Ambush. So I know a lot of people might prefer Stylus Executioner, and I have kind of a theory on that, and I'll explain my reasoning in choosing Trapper's Ambush. So with Trapper's Ambush, you activate Quick Fall to spend your melee charge and dive to the ground, creating a large smoke cloud on impact, which then dissipates. Targets caught in the cloud are weakened and allies are made invisible. So my thing with Trapper's Ambush, it's really cool because you can bait people, right? So if you're playing Shoddy or anything like that, or if someone's pushing you, you jump in the air and you basically slam the ground, and it's basically it consumes your melee for the smoke bomb. So you get all the benefits of the snare bomb, just instantly. You go invis, it's really crazy. It disorients the hell out of enemies. It's been used on me before. It really works. And I know a lot of people usually try to go with Vanishing Step. Not Vanishing Step, Stylus Executioner, and I get it, right? Stylus Executioner, really good because defeating a weakened, suppressed, or volatile target grants invisibility and True Sight. True Sight is basically wall hack. It's really good for clutch ups and stuff like that, but I'm going for more consistency. So here's my reasoning, right? So Stylus Executioner, you only get the benefit after getting a kill. So that's assuming you're gonna just 100% kill the person, your opponent. Where Trapper's Ambush, you can just use it. It's always going to be live, always going to be active, and I'm more going for consistency, you know. That's another reason why I don't spec super high in intellect, because I'd rather focus on the neutral game, you know, because I feel you're alive way more without your super than you are with your super, and that's just my my logic of things, right? Now, like I said, it's kind of preference there too, but the way I'm running Trapper's Ambush, you know, I prefer it like that. Then we're gonna go to the fragments. So I have Echo of Dilation. While crouched, you sneak faster and gain enhanced radar resolution. I honestly only have this for the +10 mobility and +10 intellect bump. I mean, that's like double +10. Like, you can't really go wrong there. The enhanced radar is really cool too, though, because like, it gets you like, you know, better calls, stuff like that. Now we're gonna be using the Echo of Leeching. Melee final blows start health regeneration for you and nearby allies. Plus, you also get a +10 resilience. And with this build, like I said, we're always healing. It's all focused around just healing and gunfights. Like, we just, basically what you want to do is, like, after every engagement, you want to be getting your health back, you know? And that's why my recovery is still pretty high in this, but like, you'll see, it's just like constant heals. Like, it's crazy. Then we're gonna go for our last fragment, the Echo of Vigilance. Defeating a target with your shield. Defeating a target while your shields are depleted grants you a temporary void overshield. This is a -10 recovery, but totally worth it. Like, this comes in so clutch, it's ridiculous. So basically, you know how in this game, every gunfight, most likely, you're like in critical when you get the kill? This procs so much it's not even funny. So I think it's totally worth the -10 recovery, because literally every single gunfight, or just about, let's say at least 90% of your gunfights, you're gonna be like in critical, right, where your shields are depleted, and literally when you get the kill, now you have a void overshield. So that's like I said, it's enhancing our survivability, and that's what this build's all about. This build's about just constant healing, overshield, and just never really dying, right? So the perfect exotic to use with that, you'll see in my weapons, I am using the Crimson. Crimson is cracked. Like, if you get the catalyst on it, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It gives you all the extra range you see there, so you have really good like long range capabilities there. I'm not gonna like contest like scouts at that distance, or like, you know, pulses, you know, that are like high damage, but you get the picture. Like, this is really good range for a hand cannon. The most important perk we're looking for here, though, is the Cruel Remedy. Kills with this weapon heal the wielder. Precision kills also refill the magazine. So this is legit insane. So literally every time you kill someone with this, your health just starts, you know, just regen like immediately. So it's really cool. Like I said, it goes hand in hand with our build, because our build, we're just constant heals. Now for your other like weapons, you know, for your energy and your like heavy, it's really down to preference. I'm currently running the Royal Executioner. I've just crafted it, so I'm just trying to basically, you know, get it up to level 20, get like my own like custom god roll on that. I'm also running the Regnant Grenade Launcher. This is more of like a PvE like you know, build that I have on that, like for the grenade launcher, but I just run the grenade launcher for the heavy. Like I said, I'm just leveling these up, so these all come down to preference. Now, if you're using a hand cannon primary, I probably always recommend, like, I don't really ever recommend running double primary, so either a shotgun, a sniper, or a fusion rifle, something like that. Maybe even a sidearm, but I don't know. That's all down to preference. And now I'll go through with like all the mods and everything like that, right? So we'll start with the Wormhusk Crown. So we're running kinetic targeting. So this is going to give you, you know, better aim assist, better accuracy and everything for your kinetic weapons, which is your Crimson. So this is basically boosting up your, like, you know, your Crimson consistency. Then we have the solar targeting, and that's going to be for my fusion rifle, the Royal Executioner. Now when it comes to like your like mods, it really just comes down to whatever weapons you have equipped, right? So if you're running like a void weapon, obviously you want like void targeting. If you're running an arc weapon, you want like arc targeting. You know, that all comes down to what you have equipped. Then since I have the extra like space here, I'll just, you know, I threw on Ashes of Assets. You gain bonus super energy on grenade kills. So, you know, grenades, with the Vortex Grenade, I feel like it doesn't secure kills way more than other types of grenades, but I mean, it is there for a nice little bonus, like, super. You know, I still have to master work this, though, but, you know, I'll get there. I've just been doing a lot of, like, you know, build testing and stuff. Now, for our gauntlets, right, I'm running the Artifice Armor, so that you get this from, like, Master Dungeon, stuff like that, for, like, extra, like, bump and stuff. But we're running the Solar Loader. It increases the reload speed of solar weapons. So that's going to basically increase the reload speed of my Royal Executioner Fusion Rifle. And like I said, this just comes down to whatever weapons you have equipped. We're going to be running Melee Kickstart. So when your melee is fully expended, you gain melee energy, right? So this is cool because it also works off of your Trapper's Ambush. So when you use Trapper's Ambush and you proc it, you'll get like a little like bump back to your melee energy. And because our melee energy is like always going to be kind of like low, because I think strength is a useless stat to focus into, you know, this is always going to help. We also have Grenade Kickstart, so it's the same thing but for your grenades. So we get back our grenades really fast because our discipline's like high, and then, you know, we get back that. We also get our melee back by dodging, so don't ever forget that. right? Then we have the Unyielding Favor Vest armor, and for your chest armor, you're basically gonna be running, you know, Unflinching, because you're gonna be using Crimson most of the time, just because like the heals and everything. So you want that to be as consistent as possible. So we're gonna be running Unflinching on the kinetic, and then I have like double, you know, like Unflinching Solar, you know. So then on the boots or the leg armor, I'm running Recuperation. So whenever you grab an Orb of Power, you heal basically. Like I said, it's all about healing. Then Orbs of Restoration. Picking up an Orb of Power grants a small amount of energy to your ability with the least energy. This is really good because, you know, you basically, whatever you need, you'll get, right? Then I'm running the Kinetic Weapon Surge. This actually does come into play every now and then. I gotta, you know, I'm not sure the exact like damage like boost, but you do get like extra damage on your Crimson, making it more consistent. So when you have an Orb of Power, that basically does more damage and stuff like that. Then for our cloak, for our class item, we are using just literally double Reaper. Like, Reaper, super good. I don't have enough space to put anything else here just because I'm trying to max out on my recovery. But if you do have, like, you know, a slot here, if you don't, you know, have this full, I would probably run, like, between, like, Bomber and Outreach, where, like, you know, these basically help you with your grenade and, like, melee ability. But we're running double Reaper because Reaper guarantees an Orb of Power on your next final blow kill after you use your class ability. So you literally like dodge, right? So you dodge with like the Worm Husk, you get your heal. So you're in a gunfight, right? I'll put like this scenario into your head. So let's say you're in a gunfight. You know, you pull out your Crimson. You get them low, but you're low. You dodge behind cover. Your health is now, you know, not full, but you have more health bump. You then re-engage quicker. You get the kill. You heal from Crimson. And you also spawn an Orb of Power. Then with those Orbs of Power, just try to keep a mental note that they're there on the ground because they will, you know, proc your like abilities like to heal and stuff like that. So always try to get that. Also, it's like super generation. So now with our like mods and stuff like that, I always just run. You guys know I always run Quick Access Sling because I mean that's gonna basically like it just gives you faster like handling. You know, you can swap weapons quicker, stow them and all that. You know, ready. So yeah, that's basically my build for my Void, you know, like Hunter and everything like that. Oh, for the super, we're actually using Spectral Blades. I just think Tether is crap. Like, it doesn't, like, I'll be honest, like, if you can get your mobility, not your mobility, if you can get your intellect a bit higher, definitely use that, like that. But I think Spectral Blades way more consistent super. You're getting way more kills. I feel like Tether is just not as good as it was in Destiny 1. Where Destiny 1, where you tether, it would immediately, like, you know, chain to them and lock them out of their supers. Like, there's so many times where I use Tether and, like, I still get killed by, like, their super. It's just not worth it. Spectral Blades, I'll be honest, the cooldown's longer, totally worth it. But yeah, that's my build. I'll show you guys some gameplay after this. And for those of you who don't want to, like, watch the gameplay, definitely have yourselves a great day. And, you know, y'all take care. Enjoy the gameplay. And this is your boy Joker.
Zone advantage is yours. And that's why we have fire teams. Zone A captured. You have zone advantage.